All right. Happy Wednesday. Well, I'm back with some more gripping painting session. I haven't really taken any notes since Monday, unfortunately, so I'm gonna branch out too much from what I was doing then. Just kind of keep working the trees a little bit, maybe some of the reeds a little bit. I may do the shading on the swans, just because I'm getting very close to, well, I'm getting close to the end here. Some people have thought it was done already. I'm like looking at it, it's like, no, it looks pretty unfinished to me still. Like I gotta go a while on it, but that does mean it's starting to get close. Maybe I'll look out and I won't have to add any more yellow to the tray here, to the palette. Using a couple of these before. It would be odd if I didn't continue to use them. Just these three. And I'll add some more to this just to help it. I'm trying to get the paint to sink down into the tray, so maybe I can save it, but chances are that's just going to get washed out, because I wash out after every painting. It's kind of like a cleansing ritual a little bit. So I'll put that over. Yeah. Let's, well, for starters, let me pull up my reference, excuse me, my reference picture. I don't want to add too much contrast in the upper area, and that's really what I'm having a little trouble with, because a lot of the times that's how I find the shape in the trees, and I don't want to overdo it. I was hoping that would bring it closer to me. Ah. Okay. Much better. I should use less green because it separates, or this green specifically, this leaf green that I'm using, separates really easily and then never really recovers from it. It changes the color almost completely. I can see bits of orange and yellow floating around in the green too that are separated and won't reunite without some work. It's interesting that each of the different ones have their own characteristics, not just color but physical as well. And I got tea today. Still a bit hot though, I feel like. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so here's the tree. That was way too much. Yeah. For the most part, I'm going to be focusing on this upper right side just to see, you know, what I can get done. Because I feel like I'm making slow process now on this now, which I believe that's the case, but... Almost just looks like pixels on the camera. That's funny. I think the paper is starting to get a little frayed right there. That's why it's not accepting the detail that I want. So I should probably stop working on this tree for a while. Maybe just add some shadow to it later and that's it, and call it good. This paper isn't very hard pressed. There's not a great supply of paper up here unless I bulk buy and cut it myself, and I'll have to stretch it and all that, so I haven't been doing that. And I guess as I get farther up here, I want almost less detail, just to pull your vision away from the sides a bit, kind of focus more detail here in the middle. I regret doing this splotchy stuff here. I feel like I could have done that better. But let's see if I can't turn it into something else. See if it's just a happy accident in the end. bothering me a little bit. Got to do some PT for it or something. Luckily, not my left hand.
A little too concentrated, but
does that look? It's slowly coming together. Take a look at my reference picture here. Yeah, when I put the shading on the swans, it'll really pop out, I think. Because right now they kind of... But I need to figure out the water first. I'm not 100% on the water. And honestly, a lot of the shadows in the background can probably go darker. And I may need to add more reeds in front because it doesn't seem like they're tall enough, or at least the bulk of them are tall enough. It's not blurry, is it? Again, the white spaces on the hills are throwing me off too, and they're not even white, they just look white because the green and yellow are so intense. But the right side has come along very far. So maybe I'll just keep working on that and just kind of follow right to left. I think that's what I'll do. Hey Natalie, how's it going? You caught me right when I was reviewing everything and determining what I should do next. How's your day going? I'm just gonna cover that up for another hour or so. Nice, nice. My day was pretty good. Yesterday I went to the dentist, but so today in comparison it's a lot better. Got up, did some chores and stuff, hopped on Valheim for a bit, and now I'm streaming. So, how's your day going? Yeah. What sucks is they made a little mistake, and it should be fixed relatively easy. I don't even think I need any sort of numbing, but they did a little filling right here, like behind, like 2 teeth behind my canine, and they made it a little taller than it's supposed to be. So my bite doesn't close all the way. Like only that tooth touches the top teeth. So I gotta go in and get that fixed. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the dentist, but I don't really think anyone is, unless like you have magic teeth and you never have any sort of cavity or problems going on there. I have met the people that do, and it's really unfair. Yeah, they'll probably have to alter it a little bit. That's not a big deal. I just need to get it done, you know. Now, I had braces, so I'm used to all sorts of work like that. I've still got the little bar that goes behind the bottom teeth. Apparently most people do. Well, I was told last night that it was, yeah, you too? Oh, yeah. There are literally dozens of us. I was told that it was by choice, but I've been told numerous times that it wasn't, that you keep that bar in. It bothers me a little bit. It gives me a little bit more of a lisp than I would normally have. That's really the only reason I dislike it. I mean, I've been dealing with it flossing for so long that I don't even notice it really anymore. I just do it. Well, anyway, how's your day going? How was work? Part of it broke? Like one side came off or something? Nice. I didn't have Thai. I had Korean noodles for kind of a late breakfast with kimchi and stuff. Pretty good. A little on the spicy side, but not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. I really want to get this hillside here finished today. Yes, I am. I was trying to determine whether Corey got us sick or not before I committed, but I'm not sick, so I'm going. Did you manage to get away from that without any symptoms? Nice. I was worried because I was getting a headache the other night. And I slept quite a long time, but I took one of those quick tests in the morning and I was clean, so I may have fought it off. I kind of like this kind of gross area here because that's what the mountains look like in some parts where spruce bark beetles got to them or whatnot. So I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Ah, Upside Down Town. I like that map. It's different. I dig it. It's stuff like that never really bothered me, luckily. Well, it's almost unfortunately. I wish I would been buffed on the motion sickness front. But changes in perspective like that, visualization, even like if you're floating around in space and you're constantly turning around, that doesn't give me vertigo or anything, but I get motion sickness pretty easily, unfortunately. It cost me an entire career, so I know how you feel, I think. Yep. Been there. Oh, man. The embarrassment I am suppressing in my past. It's palpable. Oh, a lot of that is just we had it at the start and we just did it enough that we got used to it. I wish air sickness was the same way, to be honest, because then I could have tanked it and been fine, but I proved that wrong. But yeah, the more you do it, the easier it gets, and I even was doing that as sort of training to practice myself. And like playing games like Rec Room for a long time with a lot of movement and stuff. It's a good way to train. Just stop before you get sick, you know? Everything with my head. Now, I forgot about the Dave & Buster's thing. Is it only at Dave & Buster's, or is there more to it? We all meeting up there? I'm afraid I didn't look at it that closely. At 2, okay. Wow, okay. I just kind of assumed it was like 8 or something. Oh, I bet some of her friends are bringing kids. That makes sense. Yeah. It's fine, I will run away from them and hide in the bar. Getting a little muddy there. You should calm down, Max. What are you doing? Getting frustrated with how slow my process is. That's what I'm doing. Among Us on VR. I haven't played it. I've seen it played. But there's a lot of movement on it, and I'm sure I'd get annoyed with it pretty quick. I prefer Phasmophobia on VR, personally. Also, I don't want to play against a bunch of kids if I'm playing Among Us. And I don't think they have the same lobbies. I think it is strictly like Oculus or VR lobbies. I mean, so I think there wouldn't be any cross-playing at all. Unfortunately. Have you broken out the VR to do anything else other than golf with us? Golf with Walkabout? Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better now that I added some color up there. Beat Saber? Oh, I like Beat Saber. I'm pretty good at it, actually. A fishing game? How was that? Like Bass Pro or something? I hadn't even been tempted to do it, but now I kind of am, now that you bring it up. I wonder if it just came standard or something, or you clicked on it on accident. That'd be interesting. Alright, let's take a look back up here again. Looks better now that there's more color in there and not like patchy like this over here. It's not really supposed to be open tundra. Space alien things. Oh. Oh, thanks, Natalie. It's getting there. I gotta, there's quite a few things I gotta do yet, though. Like, there's spots up in here and all up here, and then I gotta detail this area a little more. And then I move down and projects continue. I wanna do a wash over the water. I gotta do the shading on all the birds, wash on the water down here, and then I gotta finish, last but not least, the reeds. But it's coming along. I'm pretty happy with where I got to, especially when I thought this was a failed piece earlier. Tell you what, while I'm zoomed out, I am going to take a 30-second break, and I'll be right back. BRB. Okay, I'm back. I just noticed the date on my watch is wrong. Okay. Same old story. Back to the top left. This is all I care about right now. Maybe not just that.
Well, yeah. Hey, let's focus here. Scooch, scooch. Wow, the camera really picks up that yellow. It is not that strong. Gotta be careful with it. Just doesn't look quite as bright next to that other tree, but that's fine. Just occurred to me, should I have my paints like my paintbrushes just floating here? Whee! Kind of close to the edge, but gives some interesting background. Can't wait till I'm done making my my custom desk. I'll be able to rearrange everything on it. It's taken me so long though. I've got a joiner, but I don't have a planer to do all a lot of the woodworking. The layered shadows are pretty fun in this, where the trees and stuff block out the rocks and crags that are in between, like this. I think it looks better from farther away though. My green is getting watered down now. Didn't expect that to happen on this one. Then again, there was a lot more green in the hills than I originally thought too. Once I took a closer look. Oh. We're right at an hour, so the ceremonial refreshing of the tea. Give me just a moment. Do you want to look at my desktop? That's what I'm looking at right now. It's not. Yeah, it's all there, basically. For those of you that care, I'm drinking Irish breakfast black tea. Have some tea with me, if you feel like it. All right. Back to what I was doing. And it'll be easy not to get lost because I've only been doing like one thing this whole stream. But it's coming a long way. I mean, look at that top right corner. It actually looks like something now instead of like this spot right here. It actually looks like I've done something. And I was so hesitant to do it, but then I just did it, you know? It's funny how that works sometimes. Just putting it off, put it off, put it off. Okay, all in. Go, go, go. It either can be good or terrible. And I like some of the shapes that are going on here too. I didn't want to do any more pine trees, so I'm trying to force my way out of that. Because technically in the reference there aren't any on this side of the mountain. Like there's a couple here and there, but really they're just cottonwood and birch, and that's really about it in this spot of the hill. Looks like there's elderberry at the bottom, but mostly cottonwood and birch. Maybe a maple or two, but I don't think that's extremely common up here. Alright, back to the grind. So a lot of the cottonwood that are turning yellow are almost like a gold on the left side where they have a little more shadow. So I would be fine bumping it up. But I don't want to do too much right away. Just blast it out with gold. don't know if that comes across, but I just did a yellow and orange wash over those because it looks like I had accidentally got some green on it before, so I had to overpower it a little bit. I really kind of like that right here. I like that. It almost looks like a mold covered boulder. But I think it's just a bush at the top of the rock. Got to be careful up there. It's pretty worn down. Let's go dark here. Or at least darker. Now I kind of want to do a red wash here, just to take some of that overly green out of some of this, because it's never just green. And hard to tell from this distance, but I think it all plays a part in the end. You know, I've never done a red wash over yellow. What does that look like? Probably not. Probably just oranges it a little bit, huh? Or pinks it. Gotta go more intense. Too intense. That's how it is with red, I swear. I can dig that. I like it.
Just got to be sure not to overuse it. Really works for highlights on the yellower stuff though. Without having to add shadow. Oh, perfect temperature. Excuse me while I take a little tea break here. A friend of mine just started a Discord for her Twitch. I'm checking it out right now, but looks like it could be interesting. I'm gonna throw my my last painting up on there, see what they say. Or maybe I'll do one of my emotes one. I'll just chill. I don't need to be on there right now. Just because I'm breaking for tea doesn't mean I can get on my phone. That corner is looking a lot better now, though. I think this. I think it's gonna look really good on like a playing card, because that's kind of the intention for this and the other two paintings I did. Other 4 paintings I did. I'm just going to spend a little more time on this top right corner, and then I think I might move on to the birds. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I was holding off on the swans until closer to the end, because I feel like it would be a good kind of finale thing. Instead of just hitting the details, it'd be kind of neat to end on something rather than just busy work. Right, something interesting happening here. I see what's happening here.
I should zoom in because you can't really see what I'm doing, can you? Wonder how other people do this. Maybe they just do bigger paintings in larger detail. I feel like I've got the zoom, I might as well use it, right? I don't know if that's enjoyable or not though. Blending those two too much. Gotta push the contrast. More. This paintbrush is ridiculous. Sometimes even if I dunk it in there, it doesn't get wet because it's so small. It's either nothing or too much. No in between. Now it just looks like a gash, doesn't it? I may need to let that dry off and come back to it. There's a lot of green there too. I'll have to... Let's see. Spruce trees are often darker and more olive colored. So I can push that one a bit. Now I've got that stuck in my head. Oh well, I could choose worse songs to have stuck in my head, I suppose. I was doing something here and now I lost it. That's fine, we'll move up the hill a little more. I'll have to do a bit more blending and a bit more contrast in there. But I think that's a lot better than it was at the start. It actually looks... I mean, just compare the right side to the middle left here. A lot of the trees are just flat green too, so I got to go back through and discolor them a little bit, make them a little less perfect. Might as well do some of that right now. You know, just hints of discoloration and some yellow, some red. Rather do yellow on the sun exposed parts and red on the less. And for some of these, I'll just go darker entirely. Or maybe just partially, the darker, the lower branches. Like the lurkers are even gone now. I'm gonna use that as a quick break. Give me 30 seconds. I'm sorry if you're still here and watching, but I drink a lot of tea while I'm painting, so you get the gist. But I will uncover it so you can at least look at the whole thing if you want to, if you feel so inclined. It is definitely changing. May have gone too dark on that spruce tree. I'm gonna have to bring it back a little bit, I think. But be right back. All right, I'm back. Oh, and immediately I get a phone call. Be right back. I'm unmuting now. All right. So here's where I am so far. I'm going to pull up a comparison picture over here as well. And I've made a lot. I've done mostly. I'm mostly focusing on the trees and stuff right now. Mm-hmm. Up here, like especially right here, I've made a lot of progress.
Sure. Yeah, I like that. It's looking good. When you getting rid of these light areas right there makes it drop back in space.
That's been my mission right now. I'm just trying to do something with it. The water is bugging me.
It's a little brighter.
Yeah, it's a little brighter and
more of a cyan color.
How would I wash that to? I was thinking like a red.
An orangish color. I mean, the complementary color to blue is orange.
Oh, that's true.
Got a lot of yellow in it. So I would experiment with what do you have going on over there?
Yeah, that's what I was doing there. And then the brown as well. And in the picture, it's more of a green brown.
In the foreground, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that green?
That looks. It's greener than what you have, I think.
Mm-hmm. Would that? Orange and
would
green.
Use some of the colors carefully that you're using in the trees because that's what it's reflecting.
That's true. Yeah.
You look at it.
Where's my notepad?
See subtle stripes that's reflecting the trees from above. They're real subtle, but
I do see them. Yeah.
And that would give you an opportunity. I wouldn't do yellow, but something a greenish yellow. And then that would give you. You've gotten rid of most of it, but you still have a little bit of that kind of light background stuff behind the stalks. That would give you an opportunity to that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Halo look.
And then. Yeah, because I didn't want to. That's what John got me for my birthday.
I saw the post you did.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I haven't done the shading on the swans yet. I think that'll help. I was kind of holding off on it because kind of an end.
Well, until
end
you
of the piece.
The color too that it's going to be, then you'll be able to, whatever your light sky reflections are going to be. That's the shade.
That's the color. Yeah.
They'll be reflecting
Because it's reflecting the light and the water, right? And then, let me know what you think of this right here, this spot, because I was playing around a little too silly, and I made like a heart-shaped ripple there, and it kind of makes a plate.
This ripple?
Yeah.
I see an oval.
Well, it started off as a heart, and then I evened it out, and then I was trying to get it. Doesn't bother you at all?
No, because they would be making shapes like that if they're moving.
Okay. Because to me, it made it look like a flat plate in the middle of depth.
No. If you're with ripples like that, they're tricky, but if they are the right shape of a ripple, they define the plane of space where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's like if you're doing an airplane propeller and it's a 45-degree angle, but it's a real narrow oval, you can tell it's wrong because it would be basically you're going like this, so you'd have about half an oval,
Okay.
And so if that perspective that oval is in the right place in space. For that, it really cements that and anchors that space to where it really is.
Yeah.
And I think it's working.
Okay.
It's a fairly narrow one because you're looking at a low angle down the verge.
It was worse. I've corrected it a bit.
Seems to be working.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you've got a light spot around them
because
when you put the shadow in there, because they have the reflection, but they have a little bit of a dark line on them too.
Yeah.
And that will make them pop a little bit. What about your color on there?
What about it?
It's a little brighter than.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, actually, you've got this one over here. I see. Never mind.
Yeah.
Forget it.
I like these two bands so much that I don't even want to change them. You know, it's one of those things. Like I could go darker on the shadows in here, and I could, brown up a bit of the highlights up here, but I just like it so much.
I don't think it would hurt it if you did that.
Yeah.
I think because that's the most contrast you have in the entire thing. And it's a little bit darker in here. And you don't have to do it everywhere, but just in some places, like if you look at these, it's way darker here than it is here because this is recessed. It's like a little alcove.
Right.
Same here.
And I did that subtly, but I didn't do it as much.
And the only other thing is that if you look at some of these, they come up into it a little bit, just here and there.
Yeah.
Like here. And you don't want these to all be the same height.
Right.
So like you did it here, and that looks good, and I like that. A little more of that breaks up the unnatural straight lines.
Right.
Because there's hardly any straight lines in nature,
Yeah. Which is funny because the combination of all those not straight lines, if you zoom back, makes a straight line.
It does. But if you made them straight, it would look wrong.
Right. That's what I was dealing with. Some of the trees, the shadowing on the. Well, am I doing too much? Like the shadowing on the trees up here? That was another question I had. Because there's a lot.
Like harder lines.
Yeah.
I think if you do little gradations, like this is a real harsh, hard line.
Yeah.
If you soften it in places, it's going to be hard in some places, and it's going to be soft in others. But that's kind of the nature of trees is soft edges.
Right.
And I think that's the only difference.
Okay. Cool.
That's the main difference. And in the foreground, I think it's working pretty good. I mean, when you do your changes in the water, that's going to affect it. But I would bring in some shadows, some random shadows here and there to give it more contrast, because that's the closest thing to you.
Yeah, I am in the process of doing that. That is on the list.
Yeah, I mean, there's no dark shadows in here because you're not showing the bottom. If you were looking all the way where they come out of the ground, there would be dark shadows there.
Right.
And that's just cropped out. But I think it's looking good.
Taking me a little longer than I thought it would for this one, but
They're never what you think they're going to be.
that's true.
And the other thing too is the more you push it, the harder you look at it. Just don't think about it. Don't think about how long it takes you.
That was something I remarked the other day. Was like the first couple paintings I did were like 4 hours. Like that one, I think it took me 4 hours total.
I mean, it's good to do that sometimes too.
Uh-huh.
It's good practice to hurry up. I was on a forum with a bunch of really talented
Well, that was why I
painters.
was doing this.
Yeah, I was on a forum with a bunch of really talented painters, and they were talking about how much you make and what to charge. Some beginner guy asked, and I said, I try not to think about my hourly rate because it works out to not very much when I look at how long it takes me to do a painting. And this one guy who was really, really, really good goes, paint faster. At first, I was like, and I was pretty angry and upset. And I'm like, he's right.
Yeah.
Because it behooves you. It gives you a looser style, more natural looking. And if you take your time too much, it shifts from painting to illustration, and it's,
Yeah.
So, at least that's my humble opinion. I know that because I'm an illustrator. I have been an illustrator,
Yeah.
long time. So,
I'm not messing anything up though, it looks like.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I would be real careful how you go in here, and not to go too terribly dark.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I don't. That's why I've been hesitating with it so long, is because I've already gone a little kind of dark on it. And I'm gonna come back through with X-Acto on some of it as well, and I think that should help to brighten it up. But
well, be careful in those blue water areas, because red is going to change them fast. It's going to darken it really, really fast.
I shouldn't. But I'll do a light orange wash on the water probably.
Really light.
Yeah, and I'll practice a couple times as well to see what
There's so many subtle
what
shades
turns
of
up.
blues, it's really hard to match something.
It's really unfortunate too, because that's kind of my favorite blue right there. That almost electric blue, a little bit
Yeah,
cobalt.
but it's yours.
Yeah.
The goal isn't to make a photo of it, I don't think, unless that's what your goal is.
I've described my work as realism with fantastical colors.
Pretty good.
I think it's a little more of an excuse because I always go bright.
But it's what you like to do. So
It is what I like to do, yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do. All right. Well, I've been running around for a couple hours, so I'm going to head back to the house.
I'll get back to painting.
All right.
Yeah, I'll help you out. So that was my dad. I like how we kind of get random people stopping by just for kind of a secret guest appearance. But his artwork is really good, so I trust everything he has to say about it. He's been in that business for a long time as well. Oh, stand by. Sorry. So many interruptions today. Speaking of which, now my tea is cold. If nobody calls it, or if no one shows up in a bit, I think I might go back to Valheim. I was working on a project in there. It's pretty cool. I won't divulge too much, but because eventually, I don't know if any of the Valheimers are here watching. They said they would, but spoil the light surprise. Most of them end up getting spoiled regardless, but is what it is. Oh shoot, I didn't call the dentist. I gotta do that too before they close today. All right. Well, while it's fresh on my mind, let's try an orange wash on the blue here. On the camera, it doesn't change it all that much, but it's, to my eye, it's definitely changing a lot. I do think that's a better, more fitting color with the orange wash. That might be the first thing I do the next stream, and then I wanted to see what the green looked like on the browns. And it's mostly this green, so that was too much. And I may have to hold back on the water as well, it looks like. Versus that's true what he was saying about the reflection. I saw it as we were looking at it, that down in the water. Like right here. Just little reflections of the trees in the background that are just so subtle that I didn't even really notice them. And I'm putting this here for now because I'm gonna end up doing a green wash over all that brown, I think. While I'm at it, I'm just gonna make a few notes here. Let's see. want to fill in. Let's start from the top. I want orange in the foreground water to kind of slate it out a little bit. I want green in the brown foreground water to mild it out, and then be a little more truthful to the color of the water, because it is not, I mean, yeah, it is not like that. It's not so bright and it's not so brown. So then I want to fill in the tundra-esque holes on here. It's not high altitude, so it wouldn't look like that. If it was above that on the rocks, then it would be, it'd be more plausible. Like, this one. That's exactly what's happening here. And this is funny enough. This is about 5 miles down the road from this picture, high up on a hill, like up here. It was also later in the fall and like raining and stuff. What else do we got going on? Maybe play with the layers and the shadows a bit more. Oh, feather the tree. I wrote composition, but that's not right. The shadows. The contrast. That's what I was thinking of. I need to feather those a bit more, because the shadows are just too hard lined. That makes so much sense. It works on some of them, but I don't want to do it for all of them. And then to end it, the swan shading. I think I'm done with the tree line for today. I added some wet green paint to the bottom here, so I'm hesitant to slide this up too far, but I want to work on the little ducklings for a second. Man, it's getting bright outside. Jeez, my camera's blown out. What do my other notes say? Oh. And after all that talking and no talking, my tea is perfect. Man, I know that Wednesdays are quiet for me, but today was especially quiet. More shading on the reeds. This is what I do at the end, or when it's getting closer to the end of a painting where it's becoming less and less obvious what I have to do to it. I just start making a laundry list of things I want to change and update. Thought of a few more of the notes to make basically just going over everything me and my dad were just talking about. Although I'm really hesitant to do some of that, I will do it to a certain point, and I do think it'll make it look more complete. What he was saying made sense to me, and I already had the thought. It's just I needed some convincing to do it. All right. Enough just hanging out, talking literally to myself. Ooh, I bumped it. What did I do? I accidentally hit record on my camera. It's like, that's not really what it's for. It's just to show the display as a webcam. I don't really need to record anything on this camera. Yes. This is a little tough, but you can see what I'm going for here. I think. Personally, I think. And it's hard because to see the details I want to see, I got to zoom so far in on my reference picture that it just starts to become little just squares of color. It doesn't even really show the detail I want to see. Picking up some fuzz or something. Nope, I forgot to wash that brush out. Hang on. Pixels are crazy. And I almost can't go dark enough on the shading here because it would blow out everything else. Gotta get closer. I'm gonna move the mic away. Not that I have anyone to talk to right now, so that'll be fine. That's full magnetization. You know what I mean. close as I can get it. Magnification. There we go. You got there. Good job. You ever just stare at something so close it starts to mess with your vision? So close and so intently that it, like if you stare at yourself in the mirror really close, your face starts to look all weird, doesn't really look right anymore. When you pull back, you're like, that's good. But then you zoom way in, you just look at yourself way close in the mirror, and everything looks off. Because we're just so used to seeing it as one piece that if we're seeing a part of it, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't help that this little duck is the size of a this baby gooseling is the size of a, you know, pencil tip or something. Like seriously, perspective. It is smaller than my pencil tip, the lead. So that doesn't help the case, but all right, let's give a little love to the duck up here. It's kind of more of a duck and less of a gooseling, I think. I don't think he's with them, that they are with them. So let's put some more subtle detail in here. Subtle detail. I need to get closer again. For one little duck. That took way too much focus. But I think it added something in the grand scheme of things. I just need to adjust its shadow a little bit after I mess with the water washes. And the gooseling looks a lot better too. And it'll change again once that once I mess with the water. I really think the swans are going to look good once I finish all that shading as well. Like a good half of this guy is going to be shaded as well as the reflection shooting down. Same here, all that's going to be shaded. Good chunk of this guy is going to be shaded here and up the side and then again here. So I think it'll look really good. It's about 4:30. I'm going to probably call it here a bit early just because it's so quiet, but also I gotta call the dentist to see if they can fix the misalignment they did yesterday. So yeah, I'll call it there, and I'll thank you for stopping by if you did. Natalie, thanks for stopping by and chatting with me. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I didn't thank Oliver Hamlin. I rated his stream Monday, and he gave me a shout out, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it there. Oh, let me get a progress picture. I actually did a lot today. I didn't know if I would or not, but I think I did a fairly healthy chunk up there on the top right that warrants a progress picture. Oops. Oh, I didn't realize I could take a picture like that. That's funny. Oops. Yeah, it looks a lot more filled. Okay, well, I'll leave it there, and thanks for everyone that stopped by, and have a good evening. I'll see you next time.